Hello, we are live. Lim, are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, hey. So for today's stream, it's gonna be slightly casual than usual. We are just gonna and show you some videos on our uh, new update for Eximius Seize the Frontline. And today with me is Lim.
Hello.
Yeah, so we'll be going through some of the new content one by one. If you're not aware, if you can actually check it out on our Steam page. Some of the new content that is coming up. It, it's yeah. Do you have anything to add on to that, Lip?
Um, yeah. So today we'll go through the winter reinforcement update.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, if time permits, we'll just roughly quickly go through the upcoming content for early Q1 next year. The two new battle suits and the new map.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sounds like exciting. So let's go through the first few content. So what we're looking at here first, Lim. What was the
All right. So the this winter reinforcement update is one of the last major updates for the year.
mm-hmm.
Inside this update, you will see that we added two new units and two new weapons. So GSF gets a brand new unit called the Echelon Crew
Mm-hmm.
and a new weapon called the Gauntlet CPC. While the Exron faction, they got the another variant of the Iron Guard. It's called the Rook, and another weapon called the Mazer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds good, right? There's quite a lot of new content for one update. Um, we are hoping the players will enjoy these new additions to the game. So let's start with the Echelon crew, right?
Yep.
So something interesting about the Echelon crew, I think some of you who's already familiar with the game and have tried the Phalanx crew, it's slightly similar to that. As you can see, the it's a three-man squad uh, unit that has I mean they bring a mortar device to the battlefield. They will need to set up just like the Phalanx crew, and you can the beauty of this is that it has two modes, right, Lim?
Yep.
Yeah, so one is the mortar, which is the you can just lob uh, missiles over you know over a long distance to even the enemy's base if you're within range, and the other would be the ASP, which allows you to destroy incoming projectile. So it's very similar to the second upgraded Exeron repair drone, where it has the ability to just shoot down incoming missiles. So this is very good if you want to really defend an area or a particular turret that you really want to make sure that no one's bringing a rocket launcher to destroy it. So you can convert the mortar crew, I mean the echelon crew, into a active projectile system, which is also known as the APS.
Right.
Mhm.
So the APS it works very similar to the second upgrade of the Extron repair drone.
Mhm.
But what the GSF have is that it's slightly more expensive, but it
Mhm.
works a bit better than the what the Extron variant has. So with the new Echelon crew, this gives the GSF players even more flexibility than what they already have.
Mhm.
So what we assume is that players will start looking for places around the map to start setting up this mortar nest,
Mhm.
and as well as pairing the Echelon crew with part of their strategies like vehicle pushes,
Mhm.
because this APS is very good against defending enemy missiles or projectiles that's targeting the vehicles.
Yep. Yep. So let's go through some images and videos on this. I just like to go through some of the concept first. That, how we started off. So as you can see, it has a similar base to the Phalanx crew. So the idea is that GSF, since this is something that they built in house, so they they have a very similar base to it. So what you're looking here is the early concepts of it, and this is some of the animations that we were planning. You know, how does he converts from an APS to a mortar crew, and then this is how roughly a unit would handle it. All right, and of course, as you can see, this is the final look in game. So let me just load up the videos and just show you. Me and Lim will just narrate over the video. Just give me a sec. All right, as you can see, this is how a bullet, you know, a mortar damages a enemy crew. I'm just going to show it again. As you can see, it comes all the way from a very far distance. Before that, let me just Lim, are you able to see my screen so it's easier for you to comment with?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
it's the same, right? All right. So next would be there's another video on this. So yeah, some of these are very some of these are development videos. So uh, what you see here in the graphics is not, you know, in the final game, may not be in the final game. So what you're looking here is some of them are development videos. So just going to show you. As you can see, the mortar crew acts just like the phalanx crew. Once they're set up, you can see like there's a setup icon, right? You can show which direction you want them to set up, and they come in the group, as you can see over here, right?
Yep.
So let's see. Once, yeah, you can see the sorry for the jump up video. So you can see the range of the bombardment. It's quite huge, but you still need to get a certain distance, you know, if you, let's say, you want to bombard the base, or you want to bombard, you know, some heavily defended area, and it lobs over buildings. uh, Basically it goes very high up into the sky before it comes down. So yeah, let's see that in action. Sorry. Right, you can see the mortar crew is lobbing all the missiles down. Alright, I think there's another video on this. Right, so here is how it looked like when they are firing the mortar. Alright, as you can see, right, at the back here, what's going on is that this player is setting up an ASP at the back to protect his mortar crew, so in case someone brings a rocket to destroy them, you know, or, you know, to to knock them out, the ESP mode will fire off those rockets away to protect the crew. So these are some of the combos that you can set up.
Alright, I think we can move on to the gauntlet.
CPC, right?
Yep.
Alright, so let's go through the gauntlet. Alright, can you see it now on my screen?
Okay, so this gauntlet CPC is what we consider a late game weapon for the officers.
Yep.
So it's the price is quite high, so we expect players to purchase it and use it towards the end of the game. What's good about this weapon is that it's effective against vehicles and heavy infantry.
Mm-hmm.
Because this weapon fires it's like firing mini EMP rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So that whatever vehicle or structures, especially turrets that got hit,
Mm-hmm.
They will be temporarily stunned. You know.
Yep.
So
An example of it.
yeah. So they're very good against disabling late game units as well, like vehicles and heavy infantry, like the Exron Iron Guard, because they move slow enough for you to be able to shoot at them. The only drawback is that it has quite noticeable setup time, so that you do not want to use this against mobile enemy officers.
Yep. Just to quickly go through some of the early design. I mean the artworks for it. So this was the early concept for it. We also did you know the test animation for it as well. This is the when it's reloading. Right. This is also we also have this. I think is one of the uh, unique thing is that the third person animation is it's unique to this gun where because it's a heavy gun, so we had to uh, do a slightly different one from the FPS animations. Right, so we also have it when you're jumping, so it gives there's a bit of weight to the gun, reloading, and also when you're sprinting with it and walking. All right, yeah, this is some of the renders. So you can see it's a very heavy gun. All right, so let's move on to the next content.
Yeah, let's look at the Rook.
All right, let's look at the Rook. All right.
So for players who find it, very difficult to deal with the Iron Guard, so meet its new cousin, the Iron Guard Rook. It has even more health and more weapon this time.
Yep.
Right. So the Rook is a variant. Is one of the few planned variants of the Iron Guard. This one in particular, it's focuses more on defense and attack at the same time. Hence the name Rook. So what's special about this is that it is a stronger variant. So we are looking forward to see players using it, because one of our observation when we notice that players play the Iron Guard is that a lot of them use it as some sort of a zone defense. So they will just park one Iron Guard there, and yeah, they'll just treat it like a mobile turret.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
But it's something that you can't build from the get go like the Iron Guard. You would need to do an unlock in the fabricator before proceeding to building them. So yeah, it's I would say towards the mid game. Lim, what do you think that you will see players start to push this unit out to defend certain areas?
Yeah, definitely. Even though it has a slightly higher production cost and a population cost as well, I won't be surprised if players start spamming these units.
Yeah.
At least maybe for the first few weeks, because what makes it strong as well is that against hordes of enemies, the secondary autocannon it deploys, and this autocannon deals a lot of damage, and it's good enough against vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that's the beauty of the Rook is that you can see as in the image, it has two weapons. One of the is the typical Iron Guard Gatling gun on his arm, and there's another one that pops up at the back, right?
Yep.
When it can easily take down multiple infantries when it's overwhelmed. It's good to. I mean, it has its own way of defending itself. On top of that, its frontal armor is strong, right?
Yes.
So it's you want to talk about the weakness about this for this character?
Yes. So As strong as the Rook is, it does have a very, very visible weakness at
Yep.
the rear.
Yep. You want to show
Um,
it on the screen?
yep.
Yep. So
Right. So like a big red one.
yeah, um, it's something that I mean, we want to see players, we want to see how players react to an iron guard. Sorry, to a rook. So we may, based on uh, maybe balancing issue, may reduce or increase the size of the area, the the weak the weak area. But yeah, so for now, this is where you would need to hit in order to really take down the iron guard fast. Else it will be really long and really hard for you to take them down in comparison to a normal iron guard, we all know the normal iron guard itself is so strong, right?
Yeah. So with this, remember to take down the Iyengar Rook, right?
Correct.
If you are alone, turn back, head back to the nearest armory, get an ATR rifle and a couple of buddies,
Mm.
flank the Rook
Yep.
and shoot at the back.
Yeah.
That should take it down ASAP.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. One thing to add is that the commander upgrade
Mm-hmm.
for the Iron Guard bonuses, it applies to the Rook as well. So if you get the regeneration upgrade and the extra health upgrade, the Rook will get it as well.
Yep. So just I have a few videos here. Let's turn on the first one. So this is how the iron guard looks like in game. So notice there's a difference in color. It's now black instead. And this is how it looks like in action.
Right. So far at the distance, a wave of enemies coming, and the Rook is just idling by, and then it turns. Right. So to the viewers, you might have noticed that the autocannon auto deploys. This is because it has detected 3 or more units. So if it's a one-on-one situation, the autocannon will never deploy. So with this information, players should strategize on how they confront the Iron Guard, the Rook Iron Guard. So there are times where it might be wiser to take it on with like a pair or a trio instead of like a horde of units.
Yep, I agree. So, yep, I think we can move on to the next content. Is there anything else you like to add on about the Rook?
Personally, it will be. I play GSF a lot, so
Mm-hmm.
this will be quite a pain to deal with.
Yeah.
Right, so I think we can move on to the Mazer.
Yep. Let's move on to it. Before that, we'd like to check, is there anything wrong with the stream? Is everything okay? All
Things
good
all
to go.
good. Yep, yep.
So, yep, let's move on to the next update, which is the Mazer. Alright, loaded up the Mazer. So, as you can see, right, another heavy weapon, right? I wouldn't say another,
Yes.
yeah, but since GSF is having one, we're gonna give Exeron another one as well.
Yep.
So the Mazer, again, a late game weapon for officers. It's effective against all targets, right? That's the beauty of this gun. It's uh what did you say? What sort of projectile is this? Laser?
It's like an energy
Energy
stream.
stream, right? Yeah, it fits the Exron theme. Uh, a very experimental or very unique tech. But it comes with a cost as well. It's not cheap to buy this weapon in the game. Then that's why it's more towards a late game weapon. So let me just go through some of the early concepts of the weapon. Oops, sorry, it's not it. My bad. All right. So yep. So we went through a few iterations before we finalized the Mazer. As you can see here, these are some of the concepts that we worked on, and then we nailed down to the last three. Uh, the last two over here. But we had to make it beef it up a bit more to make it feel more heavier. So this was the final version. It was done. It was modeled by one of our concept artists, and this is just a block out. So it was passed to the 3D modeler, and it was and we started modeling it. So this is some of the renders of it, and then of course the final look is this. As you can see, it's quite interesting. It has some cables running around, but it's very neatly placed. Just like how you see on the Demolisher, if you notice, they have some cables around the body as well. And then this is a side view of it. It's very sci-fi-ish looking gun. All right, it's in game. So let me just show you a video on it. Alright, so this, as you can see, we've also uploaded this particular video onto our YouTube channel if you want to check it out again. But yeah, it's a really cool weapon. I have a feeling that a lot of players is gonna enjoy using this weapon.
Yeah,
taking down other players. Yeah, and you can see you can hold for for quite some time the fire button, and you can burn down multiple enemies at the same time. And also you can use it to take down vehicles as well. There you go. With one long stream.
Sorry?
With one long stream you can actually destroy a vehicle.
Yeah.
But yeah, and as you can see earlier just now when he was taking down the vehicle, it's you would need to use your whole ammunition just to take it down. So yeah, you can see here. And then you need to reload, and it will take some time to reload. So and you guys know that heavy weapons takes time to reload. So it's gonna be a very interesting. I feel there's gonna be a change of meta with these two new weapons, the CPC and the Mazer, especially during late game.
Yeah, definitely will. Sorry, I'm just curious to see how players are going to use this, because my opinion is that it can be quite situational in terms of because this is not a kind of weapon that it deals what's the word, consistent damage, because when you first fire it, it's at its weakest. You need to sustain that fire long enough for it to be at its maximum damage output.
Yep.
So it's not. I don't think it's a weapon that you would engage with another enemy officer one-on-one, simply because you can't get that damage quick enough.
Yeah.
Unless you have maybe an ally officer with you that's using the Mazer, then probably it's a better situation for you. But who knows? I mean, looking forward to find out.
Yeah, interesting. So is that it? Is that all the content we have so far for this new update?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's a few more, bug fixes, things like that. We reworked the matchmaking UI and UX a bit, but expect another update to it sometime next week.
Yep. Hopefully, we'll get some feedbacks from the community on this new content update. Like I said before, I think it's gonna change the game a bit. There's gonna be a new meta coming soon with this new content.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, you want us to go through? Do you have extra time, or do you want to go through?
Yeah, I think we do. So, just a quick update on the roadmap to those who Thank you. So to those who are interested in this,
Where can I find
so
it?
we, oh yeah, this one's fine. So Q4, we are done with it. Well, nearly done with it. The third unit that's supposed to come out with this winter reinforcement update. We pushed it to early next year.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being that we just need a bit more time to make sure it has a place in Eximius.
Mm-hmm.
Just a hint, it will be a another variant of the Iron Guard as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so to fans of Iron Guard, yes, the other cousin is coming soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Other things that we'll be doing as well is we want to hear more from the community. We want more participation. So we're thinking that uh, with your thoughts and ideas, we will probably be doing some kind of a live stream as well. We can have discussion with the fans, voting, on what features to prioritize next year. We are still planning on how we should approach this because end of the day we don't we want to hear it from everyone, so
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to make decisions on the fly as well. So we're gonna take some time to see how what's the best way for us to format this.
Yeah.
And other than that, this winter reinforcement update, yesterday's
Mm-hmm.
update is probably the second last for this year.
Mm-hmm.
The last update for the year should be sometime next week. It will be a minor one, just the usual bug fixes and
I'll fix.
minor tweaks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what's happening roughly on
Mm-hmm.
the development side.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to next year. Lots of new contents coming next year.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of improvements.
Mm-hmm.
On the art side, on the tech side, on the gameplay side,
Mm-hmm.
grenades are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there will be quite. I can kind of visualize everyone spamming grenades now. They just stand outside your base and they just lob it over the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, but I guess we'll see how it works out.
Mm, I see. Do you? Oh yeah. There's something I just remembered. We also have a new UI for the server browser that's updated as well. We
Yeah.
don't have pictures of it. Maybe if you guys are curious about it, just launch the game and then you get to see the new matchmaking. It's slightly cleaner. It's easier for you to search for games. All right. I think we can end the stream, right?
Mm, we have a bit of time if you want to show something
We have a
extra.
bit of time. All right. Then
Yeah,
I'd
we
like
have
to
a bit of
show
time.
the what we've been also working uh, on the map side, right? We're working on a new map. We can't. I don't know whether we can say the title of the map yet.
No title, no
No title.
title.
Alright, so just to show you, these are some early screenshots of it. As you can see, there are a bunch of blockouts still in the level. um, we just started placing all the assets into the level and testing out the collisions and the game. Uh, see whether it's gonna be a very interesting map. It will be a map not like the other three. Do you agree, Lim? This is something that's gonna be very unique compared
Yes,
to
it
the
will be.
right. So we have some shots, early shots of the level. Again, these are all in development still. Things may change. Right.
All right. So the thing about this map is that we are stepping away from your usual downtown,
Mm-hmm.
your city urban scapes for this one.
Yep.
Uh, Instead, players will battle in a complex or sort.
Mm-hmm.
The highlight of this map is that it will be a very battle focused map. You exit your base within like 20-30 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
you're already in an engagement.
Yep.
So I think that both FPS and RTS players,
Mm-hmm.
they will enjoy this map
Yep.
purely because of the actions. Like there is always something going on.
Yeah. So yeah, this is something that we hope players will enjoy. Have another a map to look forward to. And yeah, I think that's about it for the map. I think we sort of can end the stream, but I like to end it with the teaser image. All right.
Right.
I'll let you guys guess what is the upcoming content.
It's on the development roadmap. So, guys,
Yeah.
two maps, two battle suits.
Oh shit.
Right? Two maps, two battle suits.
Yeah. So look forward for that, and yep, I think we'll end the stream here. Thank you for tuning in. Right. I think I don't know if you guys feel that this is something that you like, where we sit down and have a casual talk about the game. You know, we may consider doing more of this. But yeah. So that's it from us for today. Any last words, Lim? Hello. I think Lim got cut off. Hello, Lim, you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Any last words?
All right, cool. Yeah, sure. Closing moments. So for those who's watching live, EU PvP Fest starting in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to see you on the front line. And as what Zafri mentioned earlier, if you want to watch more of this kind of content, where we can do like weekly, just to discuss a bit more about the game, let us know in the comments, or just let us know in Discord. Either way works. All right, so
All right.
that's all from me.
See you guys. Bye bye.